Welcome back to Danganronpa Another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. We are still climbing through Towa Hills, trying to make our way to the Excalibur airship where Monica is waiting.
How much longer until we get to the roof? We've climbed pretty high. Can't be too far away.
And to do so, we'll need to head through the third floor of this labyrinth and...
Well, that's a pretty creepy door. What should we do? What should we do? Are you actually planning to open this obviously creepy-looking door? I mean, there might be something important or useful in here. I'm not gonna help you out if a head starts rolling on the floor like last time. Don't say that! It's scary! What is this? That's why I warned you! God, jeez! Let's get outside! Wait, this is... What is this? It's written in blood. They're letters, right? Hey, Toko, can you take a look at the... Don't scare me like that! If you were gonna tag along with us, make your presence known! Jeez!
So, it was here.
Mr. Haichi?
You have no idea what this room is, huh? Well, I'll tell you. This is a torture room. Those kids were torturing our loved ones in here.
Torture?
You guys saw that broadcast too, right?
Someone help! That's my wife!
To try and flush us out from the base, those brats made us watch our loved ones get chopped up. It actually had the opposite effect, though. We were all too afraid to come out.
What? Such a despair-inducing idea. Someone with experience must have planned it.
You understand now, right? This room, it represents all the despair we were forced to feel. All the adults back at the secret base. Their loved ones were killed right here.
All of them?
It's not an exaggeration. Every single one of us had loved ones killed in this room.
Then, those kids somehow discovered all your identities and found your relatives? Yeah, so? Well, doesn't that sound strange to you? Do you really think those brats are capable of that?
Well, capable or not, that's what happened! And that's why we can't show any mercy! Not anymore! I'll never forgive those bastards! Never! This must be where they put the bodies. They threw them away like broken toys. You want to see it? When you do, I'm sure you'll no longer want to take their side.
We're not taking their side. It seems like something's off to me.
You go on ahead. I want to stay here a little longer. I have to. I have to tell the others about this place. I want to be able to describe it.
Mr. Haichi, I understand how you feel, but those kids didn't do it of their own free will. Let's just go. But... Toko, shouldn't we explain the brainwashing to Haichi? He won't even listen to us. It would probably make him even more upset. But I wanted to ask him about his little sister, too. You heard about that from your hallucinations, right? You shouldn't take that as fact. And not just that, but a lot of things seem off. Off? The victims are all relatives of the people at the secret base. Doesn't that seem strange? No matter how smart those brats might be, how could they possibly learn who they all were? Jeez, things are starting to get fishy. But We've come this far. No way we can head back now. I'm sure it'll be all right. You and me, we can do this. You're right. No choice. We have to press forward. I wonder if Haichi's okay. Stop worrying about other people. Right now, you should be worrying about yourself.
There is a lot to take in from that cutscene and a lot of information that we got previously that might make a bit more sense now. Think back to when we went to the secret base and the information we learned about the people there. Toko's right, this is far too convenient. It cannot be a coincidence. Something is very wrong. Now, I believe... There it is. Another hidden kid. Hidden, of course. There's Kotoko. And now that we've done that, there's actually nothing left to do on this floor. I will take a save point, however. And let's move on.
He's here. Master Byakuya is nearby. Huh? How do you know? I can smell him. His aromatic, sweet fragrance is getting stronger.
You mean his BO is getting stronger?
Don't say it like that. It makes it sound like he smells bad. But then again, a smelly master is good too. That itself is a reward for us.
Us? You're including me in this?
Anyway, there's no mistaking it. He's close.
But first we have to get the key.
I know. That brat called Monica has it right. But before we go, let me nourish myself.
Oh, Toko. So we've made it to the top of Towa Hills. There's a collectible there that we can't grab yet. Again, keep it in mind. There's only one way for us to go, and that is straight ahead here.
For some reason, this room creeps me out. I guess they used this room as a war room. Probably made it creepy for ambiance. Pretty blunt if you ask me. But I guess you can't expect much from kids.
Wow. You're mean. I'm glad you're on my side.
That's a backhanded compliment. Maybe there's a hidden room behind that throne.
Of course.
Ow!
There's always a hidden passage behind the throne. Everyone knows that. Blink!
Can we not actually move this one?
So it really was a hidden room.
Do you think Byakuya could be in there? This is exactly the kind of room where he'd be hidden.
Yeah.
Toko, wait up!
Yeah, wait up, Toko. We're not going in there yet. Because I had the right idea, I just had to wait and do that one first, but we can also break down this wall.
Looks like there was a hidden passageway too.
Jeez, secret rooms, hidden passages. Definitely a gimmick a kid would think of.
And before we head in there, let's grab this collectible at the shrine to Masaru. I'm sorry. You must be embarrassed by my hole, but I'm just so tired now. For some reason, I feel really sleepy. Thank you for everything. Please get along with the new kid too. That was fun. And that's the final page of Socky the Sock. What a stellar novel. Anyway, let's head into the second hidden passage because we have a fantastic reward waiting for us here. Hit list. Demon name, Kamikox. Real name, Kamiko. A magic demon that looks like a stink bug. It's weak like its owner and it smells like it too, but it can use stink gas on you. When you go to hunt it, make sure you wear a gas mask or something. Hunting grounds unknown. There's only one person left that it could possibly be. That is Toko's special someone. To get the hit list dialogue with Hiroko for this hit list entry, you'll need to start a new game with your completed save file, and we'll cover that in a bonus video at the end of the series. Now let's head on.
This one's different from the other one. It's really dreary. This ladder, it's pretty suspicious.
But Master is inside a storage room. What kind of storage room would be up a ladder?
Well, let's just check it out for now.
These are all photos of Junko and Ashima.
Huh? This person is Junko Enoshima? She's different than how I pictured her. She looks like your typical trendy teenage girl.
What are you saying? Do you know how many people have died because of her?
Sorry, you're right.
And more importantly, this creepy room. It's like a cult headquarters. What happened?
Take a look at this. The girl in this photo with Junko. It's Monica.
I see. No wonder. She has a wicked face.
Really? Looks like a normal smile to me.
That just makes it creepier. Posing with Junko and Ashima and smiling like this. The way this photo was placed here, I'd guess this is Monica's room. No wonder she wants to be the successor. She worships Junko from the bottom of her heart.
But don't you think it's a little strange?
What do you mean? Don't tell me you're still on about that ghost or whatever. If you're curious, you can question her yourself. I thought Master would be here, since this is a hidden room and all. But I guess not.
In case you doubted the fact that this may possibly be Monica's room, there's a collectible here. Not a fairy tale. I never expected my mother would abandon me to my father, someone I never met before. I never thought something like that could happen to me, meow. If this were a fairy tale, the main character would tie the knot with a prince from somewhere, but I know this is reality, not some silly old tale. The only thing I can do is sigh. Selfishly do their business, selfishly give birth, and then to top it off, selfishly abandon. Such pathetic characters. How splendid. Ah, right. Speaking of splendid, all of my new family is so splendid too. The attitude they have towards me, the outsider, is far too obvious. When I say a joke, the room freezes. When I smile, they make a face that says, "You don't deserve to laugh." It's so amazing. It's so splendid. So splendid that I want to die. Just kidding. No, seriously. I was just kidding. Just a joke. Despite everything, I really can't help but feel really awful for Monica, for everything that she had to go through. She is the result of everything that happened in her life. She had no chance to succeed. Neither did any of the rest of the Warriors of Hope. It's worth considering. Let's have a look around, actually, before we leave. A couple of Junko's magazines, as well as tons and tons of pictures. Just a bed. A desk. Empty shelves. It really just goes to show how important Junko was to Monica, and even if, as Nagisa said, they knew that Junko was using them, the Warriors of Hope were just happy to at least feel like they were loved and appreciated by someone. It's just a shame it had to be Junko Enoshima.
My intuition says we're almost at the highest level.
You're surprisingly correct. That spiral staircase must be connected to the roof.
This door is locked.
No doubt about it. Master has to be on the other side of this door.
Huh? You're not gonna lose your composure this time? You're not gonna, like, cling to the door and cry and shout and make ugly faces?
Well, it's true that I might do that, but it's weird hearing it from someone else. When your purpose lies just before you, sometimes you need to be as calm as a corpse.
That's a creepy example.
Anyway, I'm not going to have some half-assed reunion now, but a full, joyous reunion later. And when that happens, I'll cry and shout and make ugly faces at Master's arms.
Are you sure he'd be okay with that?
There's no way he'd dislike it. Jeez, you don't understand men at all. You need to be in love. A woman in love is the most beautiful woman of all.
I'll try to remember that.
Who doesn't understand men? Because I agree, it's probably Komaru, but Toko as well. Before we head on up the spiral staircase, let's remember that collectible that we saw when we first came to this area, behind the gate. About Makoto Naegi. Big Sis Junko, aka the Goddess, was killed by Makoto Naegi. Makoto is super cool. He overcame tough circumstances with the power of hope and obtained the future they wanted. He even makes the boys' hearts race. There's no mistaking that each and every one of you will admire him. And a super cool guy like that absolutely has to be killed. We were led to misfortune by Makoto Naegi, so we have no other choice. Pigs who kill others for their own interest deserve to be killed by pigs for other people's interest. And with that, we can now proceed up this spiral staircase. Well, it's not a staircase, there are no stairs, but up this spiral to the roof.
Turn. I'm getting dizzy.
You're right. Ugh. Do you have a paper bag on you?
This is it. The very top of Towa Hills. It's an ominous red sky above us, but nowhere else to go.
That's it! This huge airship is the Excalibur!
Does that thing even fly? It looks like a floating hotel.
Whoa, that's a lot of them!
Nothing but chumps. Let's end this.
Yeah, we've got a lot of combat ahead of us now. So, less talking, more shooting, I think.
Don't get in my way!
It's a shame that these Monokumas don't drop anything, because this would be a great spot to farm up some money. But alas, your reward for defeating them is the satisfaction that you defeated the largest group of Monokumas we've encountered at any point in the game so far. You know what we could do is, let's put Paralyzed to work here, since it's a situation where they're all grouped up, and as I said, there's no benefit to shooting them in the eye for drops, so we might as well use Paralyze a little bit there. Hey!
It's like right in front of me!
Second wave, yeah, it carries on. Got some ball Monokumas to deal with here. These guys should be pretty straightforward. There is actually a siren in the middle. Well, we should probably do this the intended way then, huh? These guys actually do drop stuff. Nice. As a bomber, that should speed things up. As long as we don't get hit. Boom goes the dynamite, and by go the balls. Except for this one, apparently. Another siren out on its own. Oh, we're out of brake ammo. That's annoying. I suppose that can happen. But we have plenty of others.
Ugh, so damn annoying. Enough already.
Ooh, you know what? We'll stay right behind here and use the link ammo that the game gave us. And control a junk Monokuma. Has a weird kind of jumping attack that is a little hard to control. But it's very effective in destroying the destroyers.
I'm getting a little tired. Are you all right, Toko? Of course I am. Worry about yourself.
Alright, we're out of brake ammunition. Let me grab this. Ow. You could use Jack for this, if you wanted to. Would certainly be another viable strategy. You could also control this bomber instead of the junk Monokuma, if you really wanted to do that. And throw bombs at everything instead.
Finally, we're free of interruptions.
All we gotta do now is get in the airship.
Then let's hurry and end this.
Oh, I almost forgot. I spotted it right at the beginning and then almost forgot about it. Before we leave, behind the elevator is our fourth hidden kid of the chapter. The Sage, Nagisa Shingetsu. And now, we can move on. Onwards and upwards.
Hey, Toko.
What?
A lot of terrible things happen to me in this city. And I have a lot of bad memories. But I am so happy that I was able to meet you.
Why are you saying this all of a sudden? You can say that stuff after everything's over.
You're right.
What was that about raising death flags, Komaru?
I'm sure that girl Monica is in that huge hall all the way in the back.
Welcome to the Excalibur. This scenery may seem a little bit familiar, and that's because we've come full circle. Right back to where we started. Let's grab some much needed ammunition after that horde battle that we had previously. Save point. Skill shop. Straight ahead is the way we need to go, but we have two alternate branching paths here which will lead us to some collectibles, so let's go and grab them. First one is here. What makes me cry the most? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. There are tons of reasons tongue twisters are hard to say, but I think a lot of it comes from having to suddenly start another consonant sound. Humans are weak to sudden changes. I dislike sudden things too. Old men just suddenly start talking about it. Mummy suddenly starts crying. Just thinking about it makes my tummy squeeze. Why do I have to feel like this? I'm fine with normal. I don't need to sparkle. Mummy tells me it's too late once you're old. Mummy says that youth isn't eternal. But I didn't even want to start. Youth might not be eternal, but I'm sure knowledge is. But I cannot say that to Mummy. If I say something like that, Mummy would cry. Even though it hurts and it's scary and it makes me sad when the old men are gentle to me. Making Mummy cry hurts more. So I might as well just be gentle all the time. If I just hold in a little pain and fear and sadness, Mummy doesn't have to cry a single tear. Is there really any more that needs to be said about these kids? There is no child that's born into this world evil or bad. There's no way I can let him be disappointed. I'm the worst. It was a horrible result. I feel so worthless, I want to die. Why am I like this? Why can't it just be better? Father had such high hopes for me, but I couldn't meet his expectations. Not even once. It was all meaningless, just because I wasn't good enough. It was stupid of Father to expect so much from a worthless fool like me. Why am I me? Why wasn't I just born better? Why am I not the child Father wanted? But excuses aren't gonna help me now. Only hopeless idiots fritter away their lives with self-hatred. I don't have time. I need to work even harder. I need to live up to Father's expectations. It doesn't matter how high they are. I don't want to disappoint him. Never again. I really liked the choice to put Kotoko's diary and Nagisa's diary right next to each other here. Because Kotoko just wants to be normal. She doesn't want to be special. She doesn't want to stand out. She just wanted a normal life. Nagisa deals with his trauma in a very different way. As we know, trying to always meet those expectations that have been laid out for him. Another collectible here. The Family from the Day Before Yesterday. Author, Toko Fukawa. So this is also your book, huh? Why is there no synopsis written here? I'm sure you wouldn't know this, but that's not rare among pure novels. With a name as prestigious as mine, you don't need a summary to move units. But because this is written by a friend, I at least want to know the synopsis. Okay, as a friend, I'll tell you. Since you're listening to the author herself, you better clean your ears and listen carefully. Wait, oh, well, actually never mind, it's fine, continue.
Don't mess with me.
What's the problem? Calling me a friend like that, then snatching my moment away from me, you sadist. It's not like that. I just think that maybe because it's your book, I should go into it cold.
Well,
If that's the case, I guess I understand, but you should be more clear when you speak. You startled me so much, you nearly made me forget the idea for my next book. Oh? You already have an idea for your next work?
isn't that obvious?
Who do you think I am? I already have more than 200 ideas in stock. I just haven't decided which idea to use. Well, maybe it would be fun to write about your own experience, like in this town.
You're right.
Write about my own experience, huh? I've heard that advice before. But I've already decided not to write about this town. Or maybe I should say that even if I do end up writing something, I would never publish it. I'd want to read it though. A novel about this city, written by you. Like a novel written about me. About this town, and about what happened to you. I'd rather keep it a memory. A memory just for myself.
No, that's wrong!
Huh?
Wait, what?
What I mean is, it's not just your memory, it's both our memories together.
Right? You're an average idiot, but your hairstyle is weird.
Jeez.
It's not weird, my antenna is charming and really pretty. Jeez, I thought you were actually gonna say something nice to me. Not in 1,000 years.
But you made me happy.
Did you say something? You didn't hear me? I said that you're an average idiot with a weird hairstyle and a brother complex. Really? I heard you say you made me happy.
Don't mess with me.
What? So you did hear me? I love these kids. And you can actually read Toko's side of the story. There is a manga of the Ultra Despair Girl's story from Toko's point of view. Unfortunately, like a lot of Danganronpa extended universe content, it hasn't been localized and it's only available in Japanese. They also did a similar thing with Danganronpa 2. There was a manga series that told the story of that game from Chiaki's point of view, but again, it was never localized. I bypassed that collectible in the middle. We'll come back to that one last. There are still more here on the west side. It's my fault. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. It's my fault I don't know how to buy alcohol properly. It's my fault that I cough when you smoke. It's my fault, and that's why Dad gets mad at me. I'm sorry for making you look like the bad guy. I'm sorry. I'm the one who's at fault, and I'm sorry that I made you look like the bad guy. Please don't throw me away. Please stay with me. Please keep being my dad. My invention. I'm the Prince of Inspiration. The strongest land animal is the hippo. It's decided. The skin is 4 centimeters thick. 4 whole centimeters. That's about the thickness of an omelet. I got it. I totally got it. The sadness I felt was really not just having peace of mind. I'm sad that Mummy hates me because I am not at peace. If that's the case, it's simple. If I don't want to be sad, all I have to do is change the peaceful place. I just have to believe that being hated makes me at peace. If I can do that, even when she tells me to die, I will always be at peace. I've heard that there will be clear weather after a typhoon, but I don't think they were talking about families. The more that Mummy hates me, the better it makes me feel. Now I can stay by Mummy's side forever. At peace. And just like the first two, putting Masaru and Jataro's diaries next to each other to show how differently they dealt with their trauma, despite the situation being somewhat similar, it's very well crafted. One of the reasons this game gets a bit of a bad rep is because of the Warriors of Hope. A lot of people don't like them as characters and they're uncomfortable with the stories that they tell, but they really make this game what it is for me, and I don't think I would be anywhere near as invested in this game if it wasn't for them. Nothing's ever straightforward when it comes to Monica. You'll notice that there are no enemies in this area, no Monokumas whatsoever. That's it, we're done fighting now. No more regular enemies for the rest of the game here on out. Let's grab this last collectible. Memoirs of Monica. I really love Big Sis Junko so much that the word love isn't enough. I love Big Sis Junko, who shine light upon Monica's world. If only I could see her one more time. If only that horrible day never happened. Monica will do anything it takes. Monica will cut her wrists. Monica will drink poison. Monica doesn't need her eyes, ears, nose, or mouth. But yeah, I know. No matter how many painful things I do, no matter how many shameful things I do, it won't change the facts. Monica will just end up hurt and ashamed. I know that. Monica knows that. But because I know that, without a doubt, Monica feels lonely and sad and empty. I just want to die. I know. That's why I feel hatred. That's why I want to kill them all so bad. That's why I thought of the idea of the successor. Just a little bit more, please. Just a little bit more, and the world will know despair once again. Monica often speaks in the third person, referring to herself as Monica. In that diary entry, she alternates between Monica and the use of the first person pronoun I. In Japanese, it's often seen as endearing to refer to yourself in the third person, and it's something that's often done by young girls. But with Monica, I feel like there's much more to it than that, particularly because we see her here alternate between the third person and the first person. To me, similar to Kotoko, it feels like Monica's putting on an act and creating some kind of second personality to perhaps hide behind, and even her name is very similar to the word Monica, which is a nickname. Anyway, let's check out the last skill shop of the game. Now let's buy all the bling bullets, because that's what we do. For the first time in a while, we actually can't afford all the bling bullets, so I'm just going to buy the 3 most expensive ones. I'm happy with my jack upgrades. I'd rather have bought the bling bullets, just to say that I did. At this point in the game, if you can't afford the rest of the bling bullets, You can play through once again by using your completed save file, and you'll be able to keep your bling bullets and all your progress towards collectibles and stuff. And that's really the best way of getting 100% in this game. Let's just do a quick check over our truth bullets and make sure everything is as good as it can be before we move in to the very end of the game. Painfully Powerfully Break boosts its power to 170, which is pretty high. We'll go with Adorably Repeatedly Knockback, so we have some extra ammo for that. That's all I really care about when it comes to knockback. We already have Abundantly Energetically Paralyzed for a lot of extra ammunition, so that's fine by me. We have our excellent combo for Burn, which we'll keep. And Link is probably not very important, so we'll leave that how it is. That's our truth bullets all blinged up. And with that, we have collected all of the collectibles in the game, except for the reward for A ranking this chapter. We are pretty much as powerful as we can be, and there's only one thing left to do. The finale of the game is through these doors. And in true Danganronpa style, there will be an absurd amount of exposition. The finale is going to be very long, and we will begin it in the next part. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.